I'm very excited to be with you today. I love practicing with you. Let's start with some easy movement. Circling on our hips. And just notice how your body's feeling today. When I was teaching in person yesterday in Michigan, there were a few people who had back pain going on, and it was in different places. And yes, we do use different strategies in yoga therapy based upon where the discomfort is. So the neck and the neck spine was one of them. Side body was another one, kind of like around here, and then another one was right here. So I'm going to review, because I think back pain is so common, right? And then circle the other way. Somebody just made a comment. I can't see it, but if you want to read it to me, I'll oh, okay. Happy Friday. That's good. That's good. Come back to center. So we want to make sure that for our posture, when we're in mountain pose, it's always good to just review this. I'm not going to give you a big lecture on posture, and it should never be like, oh, don't judge yourself on posture, but it's always a good idea just to make aware of some of the guidelines, some of the points. So one is heels under knees when we're seated, feet about hip distance apart. Rock forward and back on your sitting bones and notice what you're feeling. As we go forward, I notice my belly disengages, meaning I don't feel core working so much. There is some core working, otherwise I would fall forward, right? And if we go back, you'll notice that your belly starts to engage. So if you go back, it's going to be different for everybody. Right here is about where it is for me. And then if we go forward again, it disengages. Now we can hold this. We can hold this. We want to hold a little bit of toning, but we don't want to bring stress into our body, our jaw, our face when we're holding upright and into our shoulders. So we have to keep circulating and know that this is a dynamic process. Posture is a dynamic process. So we want to find the middle of the place rocking forward and back, and that's going to help us engage our core. Then another idea is the side body long. So the parts of your body on each side getting long. Take your hands underneath your armpits and then go take your elbows up and down and flap like wings, and circle the elbows around and about. I guess I'm in a funny mood this morning. Circle the elbows around. It should feel kind of good. It does feel kind of good. But the idea behind this is that when we take our thumbs underneath, we can kind of lift up a little bit and get long. Very often, one side of our body is stronger than the other, and almost everybody has it's a little subtle twist. One side is stronger, and we tend to veer to one side. It could be like that. It could be like that. We all have it. So we are asymmetrical beings, but we're trying to bring symmetry in. Lift from the inside up. And that's going to help us lift rather than this. Watch this. That lift isn't what we want, but go ahead and do it a few times. Lift your shoulders up. Circle them around, lift them up again. Notice how that is primarily in the shoulders. Now I want you to take your mind's eye, your awareness to the inside, to your center, and lift from there, and then bring the shoulder blades on the back. Palms forward very often helps us to bring our shoulder blades on the back. Go ahead and turn your whole arm in. And notice how the shoulder blades are off the back. Turn it back the other way. Shoulder blades are on the back. Let's do this all the way as we take our arms out to the side. Inwards, words. Inwards, outwards. You can stand or sit. it doesn't matter. I am just getting excited and trying to make sure you see what I'm talking about. So go in and out. When we have our palms forward or upward, we're going to feel our shoulder blades more on the back. Notice what that feels like. The other big one, you know, I've been kind of harping on is ribs back. And I'm a culprit too. I notice it all the time. The ribs are forward. We take the ribs back, and then we're going to feel a tone in our belly. So ribs are back. Now this is sitting bones down. So if I was sitting in the chair, it's about, I'm in the middle of my sitting bones. This is forward, this is back, this is right, middle, ribs back, shoulder blades on the back. Then we're going to take our right arm up towards the sky. You can keep your left hand on the chair or on your thigh, or you can lift the other arm and take your hand to the forearm or wrist and lift it up. Once you lift it up, relax your shoulders back down. And we're going to take a side bend towards the left. Notice how you're getting a big long stretch through the right side of your body. Inhale, lift up. Now the tendency is to sometimes drop like this into the left side as we go to the left. Try to keep that side strong and long, ribs back, belly toned. Inhale, lift back up, lower the arms down, swing them back and forward and back and forward. And let's start to lean forward, arms back and back up and back like you're slicing the air. Lift it up, bring some energy into the body and lower them down, keeping the right hand now on your thigh or on the side of the chair. Left arm rises. Relax that shoulder down. Very often we lift the arm up and the shoulder comes with it. Can you see what that looks like? Try to keep the shoulder down as the arm lifts up. We're going to take a side bend towards the right. You may use your left hand to your forearm, or the arm remains down. Get a nice side bend, long stretch through the left side of your body. Pull the ribs back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice if you lean forward, ribs are going to go forward. Pull the ribs back. Find your center of your sitting bones. Get a little bit longer. So we're tapping this left hip down into the chair. Otherwise, it might come up. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower your arms down. Oh my. Inhale, arms up, lean forward. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift up. Side bend to the right. Rise up. Side bend to the left. Take an inhale and an exhale. Lift up. Hands at the heart. Lowering the hands down, we're going to use our neck muscles to turn our head. So as you turn your head, none of this lead with a head business like that. So if you go fast, the tendency is to not use the muscles in the neck. So you're going to focus right here, turn your head towards your right shoulder. Stop when you feel a stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, look up towards the sky. Exhale, look down towards your shoulder and the earth. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, lower down to the earth. Use your muscles now to bring the head back to neutral. Notice how you feel. Take a breath in, a breath out. We're centered on our sitting bones. Our ribs are moving back. Our shoulder blades are on our back. Let's now use our neck muscles to turn the head towards the left. Feel the sensation of turning the head. Gaze up towards the sky. Gaze down towards the earth. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you look down. Inhale, gaze back to neutral, about horizon level. Use your neck muscles to turn your head back to neutral. We get so much neck pain, so we just got to do stuff like that to bring awareness to even how we move our neck. Let's lean towards or walk yourself towards the front of the chair, lifting the right knee up towards you. Give it a big hug in. Curl your spine so that your nose moves towards your knee, nose to knee. And then inhale, lift up. Shoulder blades stay on the back. Pull the ribs back. Lift tall. Exhale, round nose to knee. Push shin and knee into hands. Inhale, lift up. Shoulder blades on the back. Now, interlace your fingers behind the thigh. Push your thigh into your palms and your palms into your thigh. Pressing the heel away from you. It can always be lower, but we don't need it up here. So no higher than hip height. Press the heel away and then pull it back in towards you. So this is a dynamic movement. Pushing away, pulling in. Next time you push away, point your toe, flex it, circle the ankle one way, then the other, pull it back in, lower the leg down. You can let it go so you feel sensation in the foot. Let's do the alternate. One side, then the other. Notice the touch points on the bottom of your foot as they touch the mat. You want it to be gentle, so you're not banging the foot, but you do want to feel the sensation of alternating one side and then the other. Let's now do the other side, lifting your left knee in towards you. We grow tall. In fact, by pushing your hands into the shin and the knee, it gives you leverage. Pull the ribs back, take a breath in, feel like you're rising from your spine all the way up through the crown of your head. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in, lift up, push your shin and your knee into your palms. Exhale, round in. Now, as you round in, pull back even more. Feel your shoulder blades spread. Inhale, lift up. You'll feel your shoulder blades come more onto your back as you relax the elbows. One more time so you can really feel that. Exhale, round, shoulder blades spreading, chin to chest. Gaze at your belly. Inhale, lift up. Here we are. Take your hands underneath the thigh. Push the heel away. Doesn't necessarily straighten all the way. Pull it back in. Press it away. Pull it in. Push it away. Pull it in. Next time you press it away, point your toe. Flex them. Circle the ankle one way. The leg could always be down here or up. It's heavy. The leg is heavy. It's the heavy, this is the femur bone, heaviest bone in the body. It's like lifting weights. Bring it on in. Let it go. Walk in place a few times. One, and then the other. Now, pick up your left hip and place it down. Pick up your right hip and place it down. We're walking backwards on the chair. Yeah, and you can swing your arms as you do this. One hip back, then the other. And there'll be a little bit of leaning side to side. That's okay. Now let's walk forward. Notice how you're using your core. core to do this. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe at your own pace, not necessarily the cue or the timing of the cue that I give you, but my cues are just to help you remember to breathe. Come back to center. Here we are in our neutral pose. We're going to do our first twist, extending the left leg, push the heel down. I'm not sure if you can see me, so I am going to turn. Left heel's down, right knee is bent. Hands to the hip, we grow tall, we sit about center in our sitting bones, pull the ribs back. Inhale, lifting the left arm, you're going to twist towards the bent knee. That's your right one. And then your neck is going to turn from with the muscles towards your right. And then stop when you feel a stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. One more. Full belly breathing. Full belly exhale. So the belly's softening as you exhale. Inhale back to center. Pull the heel back in. So you'll feel your hamstring engage. Now extend the right leg. As you push the heel down, you might feel a little stretch in the back of your calf. And then if you point, you'll feel a stretch more in the front of the leg. So here we are, foot is flexed, toes are spread. We sit tall. Let's inhale and take the right arm up. Now we're going to twist to the left. Left hand comes outside of the thigh. You can push your hand into the thigh and your thigh into your hand. Taking the left arm back. Neck is going to turn left with the muscles in the neck rather than whipping that head. So that's part of the reason I believe we get some neck pain is we whip our head around. So if we go slow, you can feel the muscles and you're going to strengthen your neck. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe into the twist. Feel a rising through your spine, each vertebrae rippling up into your crown. Inhale back to center. Exhale, pull the heel back in. Take your hands to the back of the chair, and with your sitting bones forward, let's do a back bend. So now our pelvis is tilting forward, our sitting bones are moving back, shoulders are coming up and back, heart rising. Breathe in and breathe out. Shoulder blades are together on the back. This is a back bend. Now, inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the knees or the thighs, round your spine. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hands back to the side of the chair. Lift your heart, take your sitting bones back. Heart, then head. Neck does not drop back. It is long. Exhaling, lift the arms, place them on the knees or the thighs, lean back, round and curve your spine. Inhale, lift up, take one or both hands behind your head. One or both hands behind your head. We're going to do the same motion now without our hands touching the chair or our thighs. We're going to round. So we've got elbows towards knees and navel. This is our calf. We're going to inhale, lift up, push the back of your head into your palms gently as your head presses in to your palms. So it's an isometric. You're supporting your head and you're giving the neck length. Elbows are forward. Let's do this again. Exhale, we round. You are not pushing your head. Let me repeat. Hands are not pushing neck and head. You're curling in. You can almost take your hands off your neck and your head. I don't want any pressure there. Nose towards navel. Now, as we inhale, you can gently press your head into your palm as the elbows rise. And let's return to center. I just realized I'm not wearing my watch, which I took out. So I am going to bring this because we go halfway down to the mat. We got a few more minutes and then we're going to go down to the mat. So sitting tall, bring your feet wide. Bring your feet wide. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, lower the heels down. Now, your feet for wide could be here, by the way. Could be here. If the inner thighs are super tight, we're going to honor that. So you walk them out to where it feels like you're getting a stretch, but not too much of a stretch. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, they lower. Now, extending the right leg, push down through the heel, lift the toes, drag the heel back in. Other side, drag the left heel out to the side, pull the heel back in. Back to right, let's lift our arms out wide, spread fingers, turn palms upright. We're staying super long in the side body, going towards a seated triangle. Tip towards your right. Hand may go to the back of the leg. It could go to a block. What we want to do is keep the shoulder blades on the back. Almost feel like it's a back bend. You might gaze up to your front fingertips. You might keep the hand down at your hip. Either way is fine. Up or down. Gaze is either down, forward, or upward. You can play with this with the muscles in your neck. For instance, we could gaze down using the muscles in our neck to turn the head down. We could gaze forward using the muscles in our neck. We could gaze upward towards the fingers using the muscles in the neck. Maybe you lift the bottom arm and maybe you stretch the top arm over your ear. Ooh, reach long. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch, 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 stretch. Okay, get ready. Push down through the left foot and the right heel. Rise up. Woo. Exhale. Relax your arms down. Drag the right heel back underneath the knee. Take your hands to the outside of the thighs. Push the outside of the thighs into your hands, keeping your shoulder blades on your back. Pull your ribs back. Grow tall through your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, take your hands to the inside of your thighs. Push your palms into your thighs. Push your thighs into your palms. Turn your palms forward and you'll notice how it's easier to keep your shoulder blades on the back. Extend the left leg. Heel is pushing down. You might adjust yourself on the seat so it doesn't cut the back of your thighs in any way. Grow tall once again. Ribs back. Pull the heel in. Inhale, press the heel away. Take an exhale. On your next inhale, lift your arms. We're long through the side body. Pull the ribs back. Lift tall. We're going towards seated triangle. Tip the bottom arm down. Left hand either to your hip or up to the sky. Your choice. You might want to kind of play going up and down, making a half circle a few times. Decide where you're at. Gaze down with the muscles in your neck. Gaze to the horizon as you move the neck. Gaze upward towards your fingertips as you move the neck. We're gazing up. We're gazing back to horizon. We're gazing down. Push down through the heel and the foot. Rise up. Exhale, lower down. Lift the bottom arm. Reach it long. Maybe the top arm over your ear. Big, 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 big side body stretching. Pull the ribs back. Maybe gaze up as you turn your neck. Inhale, rise up. Woo. Bring the heel in. Walk your feet back to neutral. Here we are. We're going to go down to the earth. Bring your strap and your blocks, if you have them, 1 or 2, and a blanket. You guys know to be safe. So you're going to find your way down. You never want to go down, by the way, if you don't think you can get back up, right? I like putting the chair against the wall because it's stable and it can't move. The chair is on a sticky mat, so it's not going to slide around. You could be using a sofa that you know isn't going to move. Blankets down. Hands are on the side of the chair. Slowly lowering one knee and then the other. Then we can remove the chair out of the way. I'm going to move it way out of the way so it's not in your vision. You're coming down onto your hands and your knees. And to protect your knees, especially if they're tender, you might put a blanket under them. So we're in table pose, which is so nice to do our weight bearing. Our hands walk forward, so they're just forward of our shoulders. If we look down, you can see your hands. Your knees are underneath your hips, about hip distance apart. Fingers are spread, fingertips are pushing down. Big, big caveat, push this pointer finger knuckle down so there's no space in between the knuckle and the earth. Very, very important. Let me show you what that looks like. If this is the floor, your hand is pushing in. A lot of people do this, and then they get wrist pain. We need to push this pointer finger knuckle down. If it's not down, the weight goes towards the outside of the hand and the wrist hurts, and you say, I can't do that, yoga. Over time, your hands will get stronger, and as your shoulders get more open, that works too. Now, another option is to put your hands on blocks. It tends to be softer and a little easier on the wrists. Or the other option, I'd like to show these just in case we've got somebody with tender wrists. You can roll the mat or place a little blanket or towel there and place your wrists on the roll. And that way your weight isn't so much on the wrists. So once we're here, get a nice long table for Easter, for Passover coming up, either one, you're setting your table, getting a long table. Now, take your gaze towards your right hip. You're going to make a C curve with your spine. Inhale to center. Gaze over towards the left hip. And your hips are going to sway a little bit. Come back to center. Rock forward and back. And notice how the weight changes. The other option, of course, if your wrists are bothering you, is to come onto your forearms, which looks like this. That does put more weight into the shoulder area. Come back to neutral. I almost always like to extend one leg and push out through the heel because it's a nice calf stretch. There's some things you just gotta do on a regular basis. We want to do it all. And then bring the knee back in. Varied movement is so important. I just attended a workshop last weekend on fascia. Walking is excellent. Yoga, of course, is excellent, but all the different modalities that you use help to keep your fascia strong and hydrated. It's not really the water you drink as much as it is the movement for the fascia in our body. Extend the left leg, push the heel away. It's quite fascinating. We have fascia that wraps every part of our body, all our organs, our bones, our ligaments are filled or outlined with fascia, kind of like the skin on a chicken, that thin layer. Press forward and back, and then come to center. Let's take a little break with our wrists and circle them around and about. So if it's comfortable for you, you can stand on your knees. If not, you can lean back, find a way to just give your wrists a little break. Shake them out, make a fist, open it up, close it, open, close it, turn the palms down and up, and we'll go back in once again. And let's do a few yoga push-ups. So belly's gonna pull in, ribs are lifting up towards the sky, shoulder blades are on the back. Exhale, lower the heart about 2 inches, elbows are coming by your side. Inhale, lift up. Keeping the ribs up and the belly toned, exhale, lower a few inches. The crown of the head is moving forward. Inhale, lift up. Now, any of you there want to, and it's acceptable to you, you can lift your knees up to do plank and push-ups, but knee plank is perfect. Perfect and very, very strengthening. A few more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. As you lift, push the floor away, the mat away, the earth away. Let's come down onto our bellies and take a little break. Now, if your lower back is sensitive, sometimes it's helpful to put a blanket under your ribs and your pelvis. So it hits right about here, like this. And one of the best things we can do for lower back pain is pelvic tilts. We're going to do them in a pose called inchworm. You can relax your forehead down on your stacked palms, or you can turn your head one way or the other way. For inchworm, you're going to bend your knee, you're going to push the bottom of your thigh down and lift your sitting bones towards the sky. And then on the exhale, you're going to extend the sitting bones down towards your heels. Let's do that a few times. Inhale, sitting bones rise up. Exhale, sitting bones go down and angle back towards your heels, buttocks, toes. Ready? Here we go again. Inhale, sitting bones rise. Exhale, hips tone. It's not a squeezing, it's a toning of the buttocks. One more time. Inhale, sitting bones rise. Exhaling, angling sitting bones down, belly tones, hips tone. Take a breath in. Feel the rib cage and the belly expand into the mat. Take a breath out. Feel the belly soften back down. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, softening out through the nose. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, back to center. And you're going to lift your feet up towards the sky. Knees are bent. Let your feet sway to the right. Come back to center. Sway to the left. Inhale, back to center. Sway to the right. Come to center. Sway to the left. Come back to center. Lift your right footprint up to the sky. Feel your hip tone. Lower it back down. Inhale, lift it up. Foot is flexed. Hip is toned. Exhale, lower it down. Try the other side. Inhale, left hip rises and footprint rises. Exhale, lower it down. It's not how high, by the way. It's about using and toning your buttocks. Lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. One more. Lift and lower. You can kind of alternate tapping the top of your feet down into the mat. Of course, be gentle. One and then the other. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to press up into a cobra, and hands are by the side of your heart, so they might come off your mat. Get really long. So extend your right leg, lengthen it back. Lift the left leg, lengthen it back. Inhale, shoulders up and back. Pull the palms back. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. You're not lifting high, otherwise it might go into your lower back, which means it might hurt. So don't go up so that it hurts. No, 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 we don't want pain. So we're lifting up, shoulders up and back, hips toning. Breathe in, breathe out. Back of the neck is long. No cranking the neck back, no dropping the neck back. The back of the neck is long. Feel your strength. Tone the muscles on your legs. You might even lift your hands for just a moment. It's hard. Lower them down. Exhale. Maybe lower your head down a little bit. We're going to go back up again. Shoulders up and back. Lift heart. Maybe lift palms. Exhale, lower. Woo. That's work. Let's take our arms forward. You can lift legs without arms, arms without legs, or arms and legs. You are super yogis. Spread your toes, reach out through your fingertips, spread your fingers. Exhale, release. Let's find a child pose. Hands by the side of your heart, shoulders up and back. You're going to lift your hips, pull your belly in, take your hips back towards your heels. Your feet, your toes can curl under or not. Your hips do not need to touch your heels. You want to find the place that's right for you. You might need to adjust your blanket so it's underneath your knees. Your hands, your arms can be bent so that your shoulders don't feel stress. No stress in yoga, not allowed. Let your hips sway to the right and towards the left and back one way and then the other. Come back to center. We're going to lift up, come on to our sitting bones. Onto the sitting bones. We're going to slowly lower down onto our backs. And take it slow. You might even use your core to come down. So it's ribs back, ribs back, ribs back. You might hold on to your leg. Come on down slowly. Your head lands, you might have a blanket under it, but no stacked blankets. We're looking for a nice curved neck, not a flat neck. When you're down, you're going to pick up your right knee and pull it in towards you. Lift it up towards the footprint, up towards the sky. Exhale, push the heel away. Leg straightens, bring the knee back in. So this is a circular motion, pulling the knee in, lifting the footprint upwards, pressing it away a few times. So it's bending and straightening as you circle the leg around. And then reverse it. Pull the knee in, push it away downward, and then it swoops up. Reverse it. That's it. And then bend your knee and drop the foot down. Let's do a few walking in place here. So we're in walking bridge. I guess we could call it walking over the bridge. It'd sound better than walking bridge. Alternating one foot and then the other. Feel the heel land first. Try not to bang the foot, but you can hear a little footprint drop. That's okay. Let the right stay down, and now the left knee comes in. Circle the leg around and about. Now, while you're doing this, try to keep your ribs down on the mat rather than them lifting up. If they lift up, several mice could get under there. You don't want that. Push the ribs down. You don't want mice going underneath your rib cage in the earth. So knee comes in, circle it around. Draw awareness to what it feels like to circle the leg. Let's reverse it. So leg moves up, bend the knee around and about. So we're going lower than upper. Lower, push away. It lifts, comes in, around and about. You really can't do this wrong. And then drop the foot once again. You're going to pick your knees up, and the knees are going to be over your hips. You're making about a 90-degree angle. Take your hands to the front of your thighs and push your hands into your thighs and push your ribs down. Now push your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands. And then release that. Give it a little break. Let's circle around on our spine. One way and then the other. And we're going to do this again. Knees over hips. This time take your hands to the top of your knees or the top of your thighs if they don't quite reach. Push your footprint away and angle your sitting bones away from you, but pull your knees and your thighs towards you. This is called an isometric. You are going to feel your lower back spine lengthen away. So you're pulling the knees towards you and pushing the feet away. Give it a break, lower the feet down. We're going to do it one more time, but this time we're going to do one side and then the other. So here we go. Knees over hips. Pull the right knee towards you. Pull and push the left foot away from you. See how that feels. Now reverse it. Pull the left knee towards you and press the right foot away from you. You're still holding, your hands are either on the knees or on the thighs. If they're on the knees, you're pulling the knees towards you isometrically. If your hands are on your thighs, you're pushing your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands. Woo! It's tough stuff. Bring the knees in. Roll around right and left now, side to side. We're going to go into windshield wiper since it's rainy out around here. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little better. You're going to let the knees drop towards the right. First, take your feet wide. Feet wide. Then, so they could be as wide as the mat. Knees drop towards the right. Feel that. And then you can take your left arm, reach it up to the sky and back behind you. Then lengthen your arm away from you, your hand away from you, and lengthen through the side of the body. You might feel a stretch from your left hip point down along the thigh towards the knee. If you feel any knee pain, please lift this knee up and stop. We're going to go the other way. Lift the knees up, swish them towards the left, lifting the right arm towards the sky and back behind you. Lengthen the right arm back behind you and the right knee away from you. Tone your hip. Lengthen. You're going to feel a lengthening on the right thigh. Inhale, come to center, knees up. We're going to roll onto our side for a thigh stretch, a front of the thigh stretch. So we almost do this one every time too, because this area gets so tight from all the sitting. You certainly can do this in bed too. You're either going to be on your side. Some of you prefer it on your belly. I'm going to show it on the side. You can rest your head on a blanket or on a bent arm and elbow, and you're laying in a fetal position. Bring the top knee in towards you. I'm laying on my left side, right knee's on top. Grab hold of your pant leg, your ankle or your foot, and then circle the knee back behind you. Push ankle into hand, hand into ankle or foot. You're going to feel a stretch in the front of the thigh. Keep the knee down. We don't want it up here. It's down. Press away, shoulders up and back. The top hip is toning. This is an isometric as you press the hand into the foot and the foot into the hand. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. This is really a little teeny back bend. If the ribs are dumping down, pull them back. Then press the foot away again. This is dynamic movement. We're not static. Then release, pull the knee in towards you, press the footprint away, leg straightens, pull it in towards you, press it away. Pull it in towards you, open up like clamshell. Knees are opening, feet are together. Lower the knees down, or the top knee down. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, lower it. You got this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. You're probably feeling some toning back there. Inhale, lift. Your clamshell opens. Exhale, lower. Clamshell closes. We lift. We lower. Try a little small movement. See how that is. Lift halfway. Lower. Ooh, a little bit more toning. Lift halfway. And lower. Ribs back. And lower. Bring the knee in towards you. Give it a big hug. Let it go. And let's do the other side. I'm turning so you can see me, but you can just roll over. Here we go. We're in our fetal position on the opposite side. We're going to bring the knee in towards us. Take hold of something along the shin. Pant leg, you can literally pull it. You're going to circle the knee back and around. You're pulling the heel towards your buttocks, towards the outside of your buttocks. You're pressing the foot, the top of your foot into your hand and the hand into the foot. The knee is angling out from your sitting bone. Your ribs are pulling back. Ooh, nice. The more you pull your ribs back, the more you feel this. Make sure you're breathing. If it's too intense, let up on it a little bit. If it's too intense, you're going to cramp up and you're never going to want to do it again. So I'd rather have you go halfway or 30% rather than 110%. You hold it as you breathe. Remember, we want to get at least 30 seconds or longer. Really, to move fascia, we need some longer holds. We could do yoga all day. That would feel really good at the end of it. But I might get in trouble for taking the class all day, so I can't do that. And then let's bring the knee in and circle it around a few times. And then we're going to do our clamshell. So feet are, the top foot is on the bottom foot. Bring your knees towards each other and lift it up. Ribs back. Lift. Lower. Lifting and lowering. Breathe in. Breathe out as you lift and as you lower. You might notice I don't feel it so much on this side. I felt it way more on the other side. Just notice. And then we can make the movement a little smaller by lifting the knee halfway. And that might feel like more toning. Breathe it in and breathe it out. And then you're going to take let's extend both legs, reach long, and then roll onto your backs. And bring your strap with you, because you know my favorite stretch is the leg stretch, because we get so tight back here. If you don't have a strap, you can use your hands behind the leg. And you might have a blanket under your head, but make sure you touch the back of your neck. There should be a curve there. This is too high for me. I'm actually going to take it away because I'm losing the curve with the blanket. And you're going to place the strap around the bottom of your foot. Press your footprint up towards the sky. Knee is lift. The opposite knee, the foot is down on the earth. And then we can bend and straighten a few times until you find the optimal stretch for you, not for anybody else. Shoulders are relaxing down. You might want to cross your thigh. That can be very helpful. Toes are towards you. You might close your eyes. Press your ribs down towards the earth. Push your heel up towards the sky. Doesn't mean the leg is straightening. The knee may be slightly bent. You want to feel a stretch in the back of your leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice, slow, steady, cyclical breathing as you stretch the back of the leg. If you want more of a stretch and your leg is already fully straight, not locked, but straight, then you can lengthen the bottom leg. We're pushing both heels away then. Soften into the stretch. If you feel pain, you need to let up. If it feels like your shoulders are lifting, relax them down. We're going to open the leg out to the side using our outside hand to hold the tie, keeping your other hand on your hip so your hips don't tip over. Lower the leg until you feel a stretch, keeping the hips parallel. Once you're there, find that cyclical breath once again, pushing heels away from you. You can take your hand to your belly too to feel the belly breathing as you breathe in and out. It's about 4 counts in and 4 counts out through the nose. We're breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale, the leg lifts, back up. Now this is where you get to make the practice your own. If you want to stay longer there, you certainly could. Release the strap, find number 4 pose by placing your ankle over your opposite thigh and taking your hand and pressing the thigh away gently. If you don't feel anything, pull the knees in towards you until you do. You can weave your hands around your legs to pull it in. The stretch is on the outside of the thigh or the inside of the thigh. We breathe in and out through the nose, feeling the stretch in our hip. And then we will go to the other side with our strap. If you don't have a strap, you're interlacing your fingers behind the thigh. So here we do other side. Strap around footprint. Opposite knee bent. Unless you're a Gumby and you really are stretchy back there behind your leg. Shoulders relaxing, ribs pressing down to the earth. Back of the head, if you touch behind your neck, there's a curve. The little pointy part called your occiput, that's what's pressing down. We don't want the chin up like this. We don't want the chin down like that. We want our forehead and our chin about parallel with the earth. So we're working towards straightening the leg until we feel a stretch, then stop. Maybe lengthening the bottom leg, pushing out through both heels, relaxing shoulders, holding the tie firm, but not so there's stress in your hands. Pressing big toe mound away, spreading toes. You do not need to look at your foot or your leg. Feel it. Maybe close your eyes. Really feel the stretch. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Opening the leg out to the side until you feel a stretch and then stop. Keeping your hand on the opposite hip so it stays down. If your hip lifts up and your leg lowers all the way down, that's not going to give you a good stretch. You want this hip to stay down and the leg to be higher up rather than lower down with hip up. Let's count in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Count out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in and breathe out. You can always keep these stretches going longer than I cue you, but if I run 2 over class, I'm going to hear about it over our time allotment. We'll bend the knee in, place your ankle over the thigh, press your thigh away. Keeping hips level, notice if you feel a stretch. If you don't, you begin to bring the knees in until you do. You can wrap your arms around your legs or weave the arm in between the triangle and pull the thigh and shin towards you. Again, let's breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. In. And out. Release the legs. Take a big stretch. Reach long. And find your Shavasana. You can put your legs up a wall. Your feet on a chair, super nice. or traditional Shavasana, laying flat, or bolster under knees. I'm gonna do legs on chair today, just to remind you how nice this is. Yeah, you could have your legs up on the sofa too. You might cover yourself with a blanket. You might put a little bean bag on your belly. That's nice for breathing, or like a heavy pillow. You're resting. This pose is super important. It's more important than the other ones for many, for most, because this is a pose of letting your body assimilate what you just did. I know you guys love to move, but resting, restoring really helps us to revitalize. That's what we're after. We want to feel refreshed and renewed after our yoga practice. So the breath in this pose returns to natural. You're not trying to get anywhere. You're not trying to lengthen the breath. You're allowing the breath to come in and out through the nose. You might have your hands on your belly so you can feel it going up and down. You might have your arms down by your side, which helps to have your shoulder blades on your back. You choose. This is a pose of letting go, releasing, releasing, and releasing. We breathe in and we breathe out. We breathe in and we breathe out. Letting go of any tension in the feet. So you take an inhale, you focus on your feet and you let go. Letting go of tension in the legs, the lower legs. You breathe in, let go. Bring your focus to the upper legs. Breathe in. And exhale, we let go. Focusing on the hips. Inhaling. Exhaling. The hips feel a little bit heavier. They're grounded. Breathe into the whole torso, meaning your focus is there. Nice relaxed breath. In and out through the nose. Let's pause here for about 5 breaths, focusing on the belly, the abdominal organs, the heart region, the area behind the heart, the reproductive organs, all relaxing. Shoulders letting go. Moving awareness to the neck. Inhaling and exhaling as you let go. Moving awareness to the arms and the hands. Breathing in and breathing out as you let go. Focusing on the head. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Focusing on the whole body as you breathe in and you breathe out. Letting go any tension. You could do this practice at any point in your day. Stay as long as you wish in this resting, refreshing, revitalizing pose. I'll close the class as we come to seated with a nice tall spine, feeling our sitting bones. Awareness on the bottom of the spine, all the way to the top of the crown. Lifting the arms towards the sky and hands at the heart as we bow in with gratitude. Gratitude for this practice, for our time together, for our presence, for the ability of this practice to help us glow, to expand, and for the light in each of us to shine towards each other. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.